Behind me is the third generation Infiniti M. Now this is a mid-sized luxury sedan and probably one of the most important segments in the industry, and I'll tell you why. A lot of people are downsizing from larger vehicles like the S-Class and the 7 Series into something like this. And a lot of people are going upscale from an Audi A4, BMW 3 Series, or the little brother of this vehicle here, the G37, into something bigger. Again, this is where they end up. Now this segment is dominated. 75% of the sales are by Mercedes E-Class and BMW 5 Series. Now that leaves a host of competitors. We're talking about Jaguar XF, this Infiniti M, Lexus GS, and the Audi A6 to compete for that last little sliver. Now, when you're a competitor, when you're fighting, when you're not one of the two big players, you really need to make a statement. Now, one way Infiniti has made a statement is with the power. 3.7-liter V6 that produces 330 horsepower. So when I see a vehicle like this Infiniti, that's priced pretty much the same as a BMW and a Mercedes E-Class, that tells me they better have a lot of technology. And that's where I see Infiniti. I see them as the leaders of technology, and it's got a ton of it. Forest air. That's something pretty new. It basically fluctuates the air, it keeps it moving around, and changes also the amount of air that comes in. It kind of keeps you awake. All these driver's aid, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring. This car actually can keep you from going to another lane. This car also has something new for 2011, which is an eco mode. With that eco mode, the amount of pressure you can put on the gas pedal is monitored. And what that does, it gets you better fuel economy. So I've told you some of the pros about the Infiniti. Let me tell you some of the cons. The styling, I think it's kind of hit or miss. Didn't like it at first. It's kind of growing on me. Kind of like maybe a baby Porsche Panamera, a little bit of a stretch, but it does have those bulging hood lines and a lot of bulging flares all over the car that reminiscent of the Panamera. So that's a good thing if that's what you're going for, and you do want to stand out from the crowd. And not only is the M37 shown here, the leader in horsepower, 330, the M56, the big brother of this car, has 420 horsepower. No other base V8 in this segment has that much power. So clearly Infiniti is all about the power. I mentioned pricing starts around $49,000. You can go all the way up to around $70,000. You get a fully loaded M56 with all-wheel drive and all the packages. So that's kind of your price range, but you know what? That's the way they all are. If I was buying this car today, if I was buying a car in this segment, this is the car I would recommend. However, the E-Class was just behind it. The BMW may be a little bit above it, but I'm all about technology. If you're about performance, if you're about luxury, you know what? Some of those other cars may actually be a little more appealing to you. I think they're all right there. Certainly a top 3. I'll leave it at that.